Okay, welcome to the stream. Gonna do some checks, check, and make sure that we get ourselves all of the channels up and running properly through our managers. And let's take a look here. We got to get our chat checked out. We've got something nice for you guys tonight. It's Kahboomzie Cosmetics number 4. We've got ourselves some oop, we had a little bit of a bug there on our OBS. Good thing we're checking some of these things. Anyway, yeah, we have the Crownfall treasures within the Crownfall archive that I have not opened yet. Purchased these a little bit ago in preparation for this stream today. I've been gone for quite some time. Computer broke 6 months ago, and really I'm finally able to start returning to Dota and do a lot of this competitive stuff that I used to do. Brand new to streaming though, and just for fun to dip our toes back into the water, we've got Kahboomzie Cosmetics number 4 for you tonight. On an earlier one, we were able to open up and explore Collector's Cache 1. We're looking at Cache 2 now, and I do something a little different when I open up all these treasures. I've got all 13 for us. Um, not only will we demo some of them in game and explore some of the unique aspects of these different treasures, but what I like to do is kind of compare some components of these cosmetics and see how they fit in the overall scheme of things when you are equipping them with some of the other skins that are available for these heroes. For example, my Primal Beast one is a hodgepodge of nastiness. And I also have some other ideas to change this one as well. But we'll get to that on a different cosmetic day for some redesigns. And I've got some pretty cool and unique ideas for that. Or, for example, the Jakiro one that I've got all set up. These are different skins. Every piece is from a different set, but it all kind of seems like it flows together and creates this unique spectacle. And none of these are the immortals. Yet it looks like I am completely immortal in my set. So these are some of the things that I like to do, mixing and matching sets, but also sometimes we get some ugly mogs or ugly sets, and other times we'll get things that are a little low key, and other times we will be as sparkly as possible to make everyone go, oh, wow, focus him, which is actually kind of strategic if you're a tank character and you want people to focus you. So we'll get into some of the mental strategy that goes along with this as well. Now, before we really get going, I just have to double check to make sure that my channels are all kicking and my thumbnails are live and everything like that. And I have to always edit one thing telling YouTube that we are not making this video for kids. Otherwise, the algorithm gets kind of weird, and you have to remember to do that. So if you're also new to streaming, that's a good tip for you guys. I want to make sure that I'm not going to be hot micing in any of my channels and that they're all muted. Sounds good. So let's get right into it. I haven't really looked at these. I've seen cool little things like this, the Undying one, and even Spirit Breaker looks a little neat, especially because his whole face is covered. But let's get into it, because oh my gosh, I clicked purchase. I don't want to purchase. I already bought them. Okay, view treasure. There I am. There's all 13 of them. Let's start at the very beginning and do a quick look at this one. Interesting. You know what? Actually, maybe I'll just open them and we'll look at them one by one. This way. We'll see which one we get first. Okay, so for the persona, very interesting. I'm shocked that they are going so hard on these personas for Crystal Maiden. They don't really look. Let's unbox it. Unbundle. They don't all really look that much different from each other. but let's take a quick look at what it looks like in game as well. So CM, Persona. All right. So honestly, I prefer, to be honest, I prefer its default. It's simple, it's neat, and it's clean as far as the personas go. But for the sake of using different components and mixing and matching, I don't believe I'm using anything unique for the crystals. So let's see what these new ones look like. Really? That's it? They're like these little stars? Well, to be honest, sometimes if the item affects the way the attack animation looks, it can feel a little clunky for last hitting. So that's a little dangerous. The default is actually very clean for last hitting. So I'm curious to see what this might look like. And also sometimes like the weapon or the effect, like these spinning crystals that are now little stars, it creates a advantage sometimes in the last hitting. So we'll just take a quick look at this. We won't do this exhaustively every single time for all of the heroes, but I am curious about this. Also, the back piece on this looks pretty bad. I might need to change that. It looks very bland. It doesn't mix with the tail very well. I'm not quite sure what happened. But yes. Okay, it still looks like it's coming out with little ice shards. And you know what? Honestly, I think that this attack animation surrounding her looks pretty darn good. Maybe I will actually use it. And it doesn't affect the attack. Oops. Man, I have not last hit in ages except for a couple fun little bot matches. And I'm surprised I'm actually getting all these. Oh, I spoke too soon. Now, does that change the back at all? It does not. So how do we get better armor? Because it looked really awkward, this default. This one covers it up. This one puts a dumb little baby on its back. Are you kidding me? This one is a little gaudy. So I might just cover her up with this cloak. And what does the face look like? Okay, it's the whole I'm a wizard thing. You're a wizard, Harry. Maybe I'll equip it like that for now, but it's kind of sad because I'm not really mixing and matching pieces. I had to reset my password on this account, so I am actually unable to buy other pieces today. So otherwise I might just buy this headpiece so I get a better mix and match for only like 48 cents, right? For me, totally worth it. But, and I don't like the pet. I don't like the annoying pet that follows her around. I guess I have two of these now because I had one of these from an earlier Persona unlock. But that's what it looks like, and you can have it follow you around and stuff like that. It's not my favorite. I think the pets are kind of annoying. I'd rather just focus on the game. Alright, that was the first unlock. Kind of exciting. Oh, I actually like these little potions on the side. I didn't notice those. I wonder if they are a part of the tail, but this tail doesn't look that good. It's like a unnecessary crystally looking thing. It's all blocky and gooey. You see how gooey it is? Anyway, I'm a little particular when it comes to the skins, to be honest. There are little things that, like, strike me as odd and are a little off-putting. So, interesting. It looks like the desktop audio is... Okay, good. It's coming through now. Let's zoom out and let's open another treasure. Skip. Okay. A dazzle. It looks like weird, spooky Halloween circus dazzle. It's like they couldn't decide what they wanted to do. My dazzle is already pretty darn okay looking, I think. So I'll show you what my dazzle currently looks like, and maybe we can mix one of these pieces in. I mean, Well, one of my favorite things is to actually just cover up the mouth. I feel like the mouth movements are a little awkward, so I definitely have to keep this face. Because the new face does not actually cover up the mouth. Some of these other ones do. And actually, I own this? This one might be a good headpiece to swap out, actually, because I don't really like the little circle for the mouth. It looks kind of funny. So maybe I'll play with this later and mix this headpiece in or something like that, because that's actually kind of neat. I don't think I even realized I had this. I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, this whole set provides something extra and unique to what I've originally had, rather than some basic looks like what I am currently wearing, save for the crazy staff. So let's see what the arms look like, because I don't even have any arms equipped on this character. Now this is the Viper arms that I have not been using. His hands look a little weird. I'd prefer them to be covered up by something, like full-on gloves, but he doesn't even have anything like that that he could use. So these are the gesture arms. Not that great. The default ones are still a little better because it covers the hand slightly more than anything else. Goodness gracious. And honestly, there's nothing I really love about this gesture piece. Like this little Halloween gesture, carnival, dazzle is kind of awkward. But there is a miscellaneous piece here. Oh, I was already wearing one. Oh, it gives the shoulders. Okay. Well, these shoulders, the Viper shoulders, are already a little better. However, it does clip with the head piece I currently have. So I'd have to wear two Viper pieces, and the dream is so that I never have to wear two of the same piece from the same set. So maybe eventually we'll get some better things from Dazzle that we can mix and match, and a different head piece that kind of mixes with this, and we'll see. But yeah, I'm not too wild about this one, but that's what we get. Uh, okay. Hopefully the next unlock is a little more exciting. I mean, the head is actually the best piece on him, I think, but my personal preference is I don't want to see their mouth move because I think it's a little awkward looking. So I won't be using it, but you might actually like this headpiece. It seems pretty legit, actually. I might break my rule just to use it because it's pretty cool. And all right, we get this goofy Zeus. I have a feeling I might want to use a piece from this, just cuz. So let's see. I've not acquired the Arcana or anything like that. This would be great to have if I just decide that I love Zeus, which I kind of do, but I don't like main him because I feel like it's too easy to own with him and it gets a little boring. But honestly, a mad scientist head really doesn't fit his aesthetic at all. This thing looks kind of strange and weird and doesn't quite fit. And some of these pieces I think are from the same one. So let's see if we can swap anything out. So we get Fury of the Thunderhawk head. His arms. Oh, so this is also Thunderhawk. But Thundervolt is the new thing. This covers up more skin. I kind of actually have this weird preference where I don't want their skin to show. I want them to be as armored as possible. But that's just a me thing. This is great though because it covers up his goofy blue hands, which look really pixelated and dated. And you can see how it actually covers up those hands a bit more. So this might be fine. This is silly how much it flares out. And this back piece, I mean, this one's better, but it shows too much skin, see? And that's a weird preference I have. It's strange to make him like this electrical, like, tech steampunk thing, so I'm not feeling that. let's click revert. And we will probably change the arms. We've got a decent piece out of this. I mean, I have this, but the reason I'm not using it is because I already get the ability effect from it, so it's a little redundant, and I don't need to showcase this piece by actually having it equipped on the hero himself, because I can just equip it to the ability, and then I'm good to go. Okay. So that's Zeus. I made use of something so far, so we're slowly moving up in the world here. Okay, this is not exciting to me at all, because I kind of love my Ancient Apparition. And, I mean, it's kind of silly to put a big ice block on his head, and if you don't have much for him, that might be great. Or maybe the hands with the chains might work out for a set that you have. Oops, I clicked open another by accident. So now we got to look at two of them at the same time. But this is the Warlock one. This is more exciting. It's kind of fun. You get this fun little bear thing. It reminds me a little too much of League of Legends, to be honest. So that's kind of a problem. But maybe it looks good in game. We'll actually have to look at this one individually. And maybe there's something in his outfit that we can incorporate into ours. Even though this is kind of dumb with it being a spool, the weapon actually is pretty great because you kind of don't realize it's a spool, but it does fit because it's like puppet mastery thing with any of his summons, just RP related. But yeah, maybe something else that he's wearing can get incorporated. I don't like eyeballs that dart around. I think it's unnecessary and kind of goofy. And this like hat that opens and closes. So I'm definitely not going to use the headpiece, but maybe you'll like it. The shoulders have like these goofy little bears on them. I'm wondering if there's something about this that makes his mini summon look like a little bear puppet or something like that, which would be kind of fun. Okay, so we will have to take a look at this one, but first, let's unbundle Ancient Apparition. That's only 4 items. And then we'll unbundle the Warlock. And with this, we are going to have to look at... Uh-oh. No recent items. Not true. Interface. Loading screens. We got this new loading screen. So let's take a look at it in a larger window. I do not want to add this to my shuffle. It does not look that great. I thought I added some of these last time I was here. Like, I thought I added this one to my shuffle, but maybe I didn't. And this one would be kind of neat too for the shuffle. Okay, it looks like nothing's on my shuffle. How did this happen? Maybe this is a bug. Okay, maybe, well, hopefully I don't have to fix that later. Okay, let's go to Ancient Apparition. The Age of Ice begins. Okay. Well, this is what he looks like. So imagine if I put this goofy head on him. Does that improve the hero? It actually kind of is pretty awesome, to be honest. And it does cover up more of the face, which is what I kind of like. But honestly, if I do demo, how does this look in-game? Oh, great, yeah. The only 2 things I've added to my shuffle are in my loading screens now. Okay, this is so dumb. It's actually kind of amazing. And if you haven't noticed, in this little window down here, there's a little face. These are 2 eyeballs and like a smiley face. But that's super goofy, and that's actually gonna bug me. Hmm. Okay, actually, just for the fun little lulls, this headpiece is pretty great. It makes him more bulky and goofy and ridiculous. I was originally hating this, but this is pretty great to be honest. It's so good. Okay. All right. Well, so what did I have before? I had this Apocalypse Unbound head. And it's just cool looking is what all it really gives me. Now the shoulders are Shatterblast. Arms are also Shatterblast. Okay, so I kind of have two things from the same set. Maybe. See, that doesn't look as good. I really just want things that, like... Oh, this is weird. It clips and it lags. Okay, so the shoulders are Shatterblast. The tail? They call it a tail? I prefer something longer, so it's not like cut off and gross. He's got like a black gem spinning in the middle here, which is nice. Oh, what a goofy hero. Yeah, honestly, part of me just wants to buy this to give him a big snowball butt, but revert. And we will give him the new headpiece. Yep, yep, it's done. Equip. This is great. Okay. He's big, bulky, and he does tons of little debuffs and damages. His Death Rhyme and like the Chilling Touch attacking from ages away, extra attack speed, talented, and all that. It's my favorite way to play him. And he becomes like a surprise carry even if he's building support. It's just completely shocking, and it's such a strong hero. But honestly, I prefer to play this guy like mid because he's so strong. It actually works pretty well. Now we need to get ourselves into the Warlock. Alright, honestly, this like demon he summons is better than any of the other ones. I've been looking at it, testing it, enjoying it. I like his cloak on the bottom here because it's very cozy, but we'll see what we can change. So let's go customize. Are any of the pieces I'm wearing equivalent in some way to something I'm currently wearing and that I have equipped? No. So 3 different items equipped into 3 different abilities. This evil purse is a book, but instead I could make it... What is that? Scissors? That's dumb. The book is better. The book even gives him these little potions on the side over here. Now this shoulder, the upper shoulder, I think, is it the same one as... Same set piece as the bottom? It is. So do I get a better bottom with what I just equipped? I can't even see it. It's like zoomed in so awkwardly. It won't even let me zoom out. How do I... Well, I don't like these weird runes and like demonic things. So no, I'm not going to go for a different back. They call it a back piece. I guess it's really just his like pants, his little dress pants or whatever. His robe piece down here. The shoulders though, shoulders. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's got the stupid like runes, but it has the goofy little jiggly bears. I kind of don't like them now that I see them up close. And the back is kind of over the top with a goofy little eyeball that darts around. So I don't really feel the need for that. And this just clashes too much. And this gives you little lanterns, which is kind of fun. But I haven't found a new shoulder yet. I'll have to keep the shoulder and this belt. Those two do not stand out to me. This one just has so many particles. I have to like it. But the thing I really want to showcase and take a look at is this golem. So let us take a look at what it looks like in the game. Demo? If I just click demo without equipping, will it work? Let's see.
You summon the summoner. Chaos comes at my command.
Okay, it's this giant bear. The problem with the bear is people will kill it really fast. They will focus it too much. The good thing is I won't lose track of it as easily. The bad thing is people will see when I suck and I just leave it alone. um, yeah, the good thing is it makes these little tiny bears that come out. And those, to be honest, look better than what I currently have equipped. But they're so hard to see, people might miss them. So this is actually pay to win, because these look so small and scrawny when they're the small summons, the like little mini things that get popped out. And the big one is actually cool looking, but less demanding on the battlefield as far as a spectacle. So people might not focus and kill it, and you might get a few extra hits out before people focus you. So it is pretty pay to win at this point, just psychologically. So we're going to keep this one for now. Kind of sad I didn't get anything out of that bear. I guess I could put the shoulders on, but I am being a little picky about it. Very unexpected that I liked the Ancient Apparition headpiece. Now this is interesting. The face looks not as scary, so that's good. But the problem is his mouth just like smacking open like this is definitely going to be a pet peeve of mine. Let's unbundle it though. And I want to accept each piece individually because I want to inspect what this looks like. Okay, this weapon is kind of great. We'll see if it works out, because it might like psychologically feel like it affects the attack animation, and that might throw something off if you're trying to last hit. The tail looks like a little tail of a bug. It's not even connected here. You see how it's like floating? Little scorpion tail. This is great. Okay. This is maybe fun. The wings are good. The hands are pretty great. Okay. So let's go to heroes. Let's go to Doom. So here's the thing. This covers the mouth already and is absolutely great. The extra bluish particles coming off of this shoulder is absolutely great. This belt and the fuzzy legs is great. This weapon is my favorite for last hitting, and it also feels like you're actually using the infernal blade from the spell. And the wings are so like sporadic and chaotic and wiggly. It's great. Normally I don't prefer to have the immortals equipped, but the way he's like just grabbing the sky by having it equipped makes it feel even better when you select this hero. The problem though is I'm willing to swap it out for one reason, and it's because like having stuff suck into his hand like a little fiery wind tunnel, like psychologically it just feels kind of weird. So let's see what happens and what it looks like when we swap this out with the new hands that we just got. And this makes use of something. It is fiery, it is great, it matches everything else, and I don't have to have that weird, like, chilly feeling in the back of my mind, like, ugh, he's sucking stuff into the open palm of his hand. So to be honest, I kind of like this, and I think I'm going to be using the hands. But just to see, shoulders look like that, conflicts with the little fuzzy hair he's got. The headpiece is called Hell's Raider. Is my belt from the same piece? Uh, no, it's not. Okay, that's good. The shoulders I have are a different shoulder piece from a different set. The back is from some Sixth Hell thing. Yeah, all of my pieces are from a different set now. And I'm using no immortals, except for my ability effects down here. If I am going to buy a weapon, it's definitely going to be this thing. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, this is nice and big, but it's not necessary. But if I want something fun, I can always just buy this thing. I wonder what this would look like if I have the arms. Okay, so he's holding it. That actually makes it... These hands look really good with the guitar, to be honest. But this hand looks really dumb, like a little Hellboy red hand. So going with this gives you the fire, and honestly, that looks the best. So let's revert it and swap out the hands and equip. And this is my new Doom. One small change, and he's even more complete from where he was. Okay, surprised I'm not using the headpiece. Part of me was hoping that his mouth wouldn't be moving, but look at how dumb it is just having it open and close with his smacky little lips. Yeah, everything else looks pretty basic. And the hands are pretty basic, but honestly, it gives a little sparkle on both hands, and that's technically better than just only whatever the immortal provided. Plus, it gives some variety, so now my immortal is just equipped in the spell alone. So, okay, lion is finally a lion. How dumb. I was really hoping that this piece, when I briefly glanced and saw it from a distance, like, because I kind of noticed it when we were opening other things and stuff like that, is that maybe his dirty, saggy old man nipple was not would not be showing, but it is. His evil eye just poking out there right at you. Gross. So you'll see what my lion looks like. And even though this dress, or whatever robe it is gross and dumb looking, it covers that up, so I never have to see it. This face is technically better than the lion face, and the weird little pentagram that's on it. Just unnecessary. And this is a little too furry for me. It's not even just like lion, it's like legitimate, like, I'm a furry lion. So it's stupid. And this has a sparkle on the horns, and so this is way better. But is there anything from this set that we can make use of? This weapon is a little fun. This fist is quite amazing. Is the new weapon better? Definitely not. Is the new left arm better? Definitely not. Is the new shoulder better? Nope. I see his nipple. Is this armor better? It's only a belt. His armor is a belt. That's not good. I've earned nothing from this lion. Now maybe someday, the shoulder? Yes, I'll be able to use the shoulder. Because maybe someday, like the armor piece or the belt or something, will cover up like something else on him and it'll like clip over a little bit. Look how dumb those wings were. They're clipping through the back here and they flapped around, but like not an actual flap. They just like wiggled up and down. See? Okay, this is actually this is terribly designed. It's an embarrassment. This furry lion set never should have been put into the game. Why am I not using this? Isn't this better and cooler? Well, yeah, I mean, the hair kind of clips in the back here. I kind of like these horns here. But technically, this headpiece, I think, is a part of an immortal set, which I'm technically using on this. So why not pick a different headpiece that also looks good? So that's why I've got this one, in case you were wondering. So we'll go back, and let's open another. Okay, I had a problem with Abaddon last time I was playing, because I look at Abaddon and I'm like, gosh dang it, he's always the same. Every set is exactly the same. His horse is just another version of the other horse that he's always has and all this kind of stuff, but this looks pretty unique. It's very Day of the Dead, Merida, Halloween type stuff, and maybe it was released around that time actually, I'm not quite sure. But there are quite sorry. There are quite a few pieces with Abaddon, and maybe we can make something in here to make him look less whatever Abaddon usually looks like. Only 6 pieces. For some reason, I thought there were more. Abby. Oops. So this looks really ugly and stupid, especially with like my bone chest piece. It doesn't really match or anything. But it does make him seem more of a spectacle in the game and more tanky, and he looks bulkier. And that's kind of why I picked this mount as well, making him seem a little bulkier. But let's see what we can grab to give him some variety. So I've got this weapon, and it's not necessarily more special than something else. These are all hard to see and blasé. This crookedy weapon with some flowers on it might be the ticket to give him something that's a little more unique and better looking. However, every time I see like a flower or something designed with this blue color, in the back of my mind I think, oh no, is that like a pixel coloration that has bugged? Because usually when you see this color of blue, it was supposed to have been like a bright purple or something, and then the cosmetic broke somewhere in the coating, and it became this nasty little baseline blue color. So I'm concerned about this one. Maybe I will not use the weapon. Let's click revert. Now this one is nice, big, and shiny, so maybe this weapon is fine. The Spectral Shadow Weapon. And also, if you didn't know, for not very much money, you can buy Blade of the Demonic Vessel, uh, and it will change Mist Coil and the shield to have a different like icon, and I think even a little bit of a different effect. And honestly, it makes it like more shadowy and more dark, and I kind of like it a lot better. So this is a good buy. Not to maybe equip, unless you want to, but and it actually looks pretty good for the equipping. It's like a traditional like Frostmourne rune blade looking aesthetic. But then there's that blue color again, and I think this blade is actually supposed to be a little darker, and it's got too much blue here in a way that makes me think the coloration has bugged on it. So I'm pleased with the one that I currently have. This headpiece is my absolute favorite because you can't see his face. It's dark. It reminds me of a Rider in Black. And this is clunky. And I got a really good computer. So I just got a brand new computer. This should not be a thing. These flowers should not be discolored like this, but they seem to be. This weird blue color that they really should not be. So let's revert that. I do not want to change the headpiece. I'm really taking this seriously because I want my Abaddon to be a little better. And what do we have with this back piece? It's just a back piece, and there's the nasty blue flower again. So we're going to revert that. The shoulders, these are gross. I really wish I could get the flowers. I really wish they were a different color. So we're going to revert that. And the mount. I might actually use the mount. Those flowers are bothering me. But this seems like more of a substantial amount, and it even has this funny little guitar on it. So let's click demo and see what it looks like, because if that guitar bounces around too much, I'm not going to want to use it.
House of Ernest, I
Okay, well the
set
cloak is covering it
forth.
up. I can't even see it, but it does look like it's bouncing around a lot. So let's take a
Prepare
look.
for battle.
Look how it's bouncing. I called it. It's bouncing in such a stupid way. So that ruins the horse. It completely ruins the horse. Even with me trying to bypass these like weird flower colors, because who knows, maybe I'm wrong about it. I don't think I am. But if I'm wrong about it, this would have been great. And I almost went with it, but that stupid bouncing guitar. I mean, even though the cloak I currently have on is mostly covering it up, I can kind of see it, and this wiggly thing will bother me. I'm very picky. Um, anyway, a little dragon mount, but his face looks too uncanny and furry. It does. It looks like furry art, doesn't it? Um, this horse is actually my favorite. It matches the hood, but it's from the same set, so I'm kind of feeling forced to pick something different. I mean, this was kind of rare to get, I think, the little seahorse mount. But this one is the bulkiest. Even though I don't really like it, it's very bulky, and it just kind of matches some of the aesthetic. This is from Blightfall. Spectral Shadow. Ah, this is also Spectral Shadow. So maybe I do need to get a different armor piece at some point, because currently I'm using 2 pieces from Spectral Shadow, and this cloak is my favorite cloak. It covers all the way down to this arm, and it reminds me of Riders in Black from Lord of the Rings the most, which, to be honest, is a nice touch. It's definitely my favorite cloak out of like all of these, and there's a bunch, because most of them just kind of dangle on the back, and they're kind of like just another variation of something dangling off the back in a clunky fashion. But this one does not, and it wraps around and it nestles, and the pixels are animated quite nicely for movement. Even though you can do it crazily like this and it'll clip, it's not going to really do that in game. So I don't have currently a unique piece. Oh, and this is also Spectral Shadow. Gosh dang it. I got 3 pieces from Spectral Shadow. So I definitely need more Abaddon stuff. And it stinks that I can't really use stuff from this Moretta one, because those flowers are bugging me, since I feel like it is a mistake. I feel like the music is getting a little loud, and I feel like I'm like straining my voice to talk over it a little bit, so I'm going to turn it down a tad. Okay, that should be fine. OBS is not picking it up, but I hear it, so it should be working. Let me double check the audio settings real quick. All right, so that didn't really work. Changing the volume down here messed with it too much. So maybe I should just change it up here. Oh, actually, that's not the worst thing. It's probably too quiet, actually. I never noticed. I just had it too high in my headphones. So here we go. Let's open one more. We've got 5 more. Yay, Kid Invoker. Everyone's favorite. I really don't even want to give this the time of day, because Kid Invoker's voice is not something anybody likes. At least you shouldn't. If you like it, you're dumb. So let's see. Customize. So I've got a couple things for Kid Invoker. I've never really designed him. This covers the face more. Equip. Shoulder. Green is dumb. Equip. Back piece. What do you think you are, Rubik? Stop RPing as my man. Okay, you can have little wings, arms. These fluffy arms are really dumb. You get the base arms. Forward spirit. Uh, that's gross. Use base. I'm never going to play as Kid Invoker, so I don't know why I'm wasting my time with this. A little heart tummy. And he gets like a lollipop or something. This is so dumb. But here he goes. Actually, baseline looks way better. He gets to keep base. Well, I've just designed a Kid Invoker barely and got one piece of the new stuff equipped on him, even though I'm never going to play as Kid Invoker. Okay, this is kind of neat. He's a clockwork rabbit, and this is not furry. You see? It's steampunk. It's badass. He's a scary rabbit thing. This bee he has is kind of goofy. So we'll see if we can use anything from this. Unbundle. I feel like Clockwork is one where it's like, I actually like using everything from the same set. And it's hard to switch things up. But, so here we go. Let's see what we got. So that's the weapon I'm using. It is Distinguished Forge Master. Okay. This is Hair of the Cog. Okay, it's not special. I mean, I really like Sea Dog's stash. The rabbit is fun. It just is. Okay. Okay, and my shoulder is also Sea Dog, isn't it? Yeah. So I do need a different headpiece because I like this shoulder more than some of these others. In that case, rabbit head is definitely the piece I'm picking. And I don't really want to add another piece if I don't have to. And he kind of looks fine for now. I might take a quick glance at these other weapon options. But the fact that it's like a little hammer, like an actual hammer, feels best for something like Clockwork, so I'm going to leave it. I think it's the only hammer, too. How strange. So we're going to equip that new headpiece, and now he's got a different head and a different shoulder. So there we go. Mix and match, and it's looking pretty good. As we get more sets, it'll just get even better. Opening another, and we get Axe. And this is pretty great, but it's like a circus ringleader thingy. It looks like the axe is actually a gun. I doubt it's going to be used as a gun in an animation at all. It does say that there is a change in animation, so we will see what that looks like. How crazy would it be if instead of using the axe like an axe for his ult, he just shoots them up close and personal and just shoots them. So let's take a look. Let's unbundle this. And we'll go to heroes. Axe. Axe Mike. Okay, so I don't really like this little cat cloak thing I have. I have it because I want to cover up his body as much as possible. Again, I prefer my heroes to be covered in armor. I'm already using an axe from Day of the Demon, so we're not using any other pieces from that one. And this one, his little carnival circus guy thing, might actually be what we're looking for if we click miscellaneous. Nope. If we click armor. Okay. And let's change to a different miscellaneous because this is looking weird. Okay, I don't have much. Actually, the Blood Black Brawler miscellaneous gloves that it gives is top tier, and this clothing kind of isn't. So if I really wanted to hold true to my goal for all of this, oh look, it even gives him a little gun and a cleaver. That's the miscellaneous. Okay, that's pretty good. So I have to change the armor, and maybe I could just change it to this thing. So it's got the little spikes on it. That's the blue color that I'm talking about, though. The Days of the Demon thing looks great, but I'm already using that, and I don't want to see a nasty back just exposed. So maybe I need to a big pile of meaty flesh. Like how unnecessary and gross is that? Yeah, nothing else is really covering it. I kind of wanted a different thing for this. I kind of want to just buy this. Does it give anything? Just ambient effects. Yeah, none of these pieces are really like what I'm looking for, except for this. And it doesn't really feel that great. Maybe I can get a different headpiece that actually covers up his face. Okay, this is pretty great. Smoking a cigar. But that's so his head looks so small and dumb. This is similar to this, just because he's got the mustache. This head is not jiving very well. This head looks small. Oh, well, where does this come from? This might work out. Should I buy something? Spring 2025 treasure. Oh, this is the one I was talking about last time. Okay, how about this? We cross our fingers and hope for the best. Bonus loot. Oh my gosh, I got the Arc Warden. Actually, I'm kind of happy with that one. We talked about the Spring 2025 treasure for our first collections, but honestly, I'm a little excited about this now because I want an axe piece. But we get some bonus unlocks now, don't we? Because I don't have much for Arc Warden. So we'll take a break from axe for a second. We'll go to Arc and maybe we'll come back. And we'll have something neat. This looks really messy, but we're going to make it better. So let's take a look. Arc. Because I don't want to forget that I got some pieces for him. So we got to use him ASAP. So I've got a fun little headpiece for him. And that's it. So let's click Customize. Oh, wow. There's all these other pieces that I could totally just buy. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll just design an Arc Warden right now. So let's see. Arms. Yes, these arms are amazing. Shoulder. Yes, these shoulders look good. They look better than the original. Back. This shoulder piece looks better than the original. Head. It's fun. It's funny. It doesn't have to be this thing with the one eyeball. This is also silly and dumb. These aren't that great. This is the best headpiece. Okay. So now he is equipped with something, like, everywhere. I could buy this, but I feel like it's a little pay to lose with the Immortal Spark Wraiths, which is why I haven't bought it yet. This is strange, though. I thought he should have something different for his body, but the legs don't look any different. So let's see. When I clicked on full sets, it looked like there were some other sets that I could just buy. Do any of these change his lower half? Not really. And this cloak I was hoping would be more fun. Um, um, yeah, that cloak's not the best either. However, nope. This one gives hands that are kind of unique and neat because it like spirals around his body here. But we don't have to get it now. I guess I could just buy it like outright, but I also don't play Arc Warden that much. I mean, the few times I have, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is fun. I'm dominating. All right. So let's get another item from this treasure and let's cross our fingers. Okay, do not give me Lesh. Do not give me Viper, please. Yes. Okay, we got what we wanted. This is great. Okay, so let's unbundle it. And let's get a better axe. Customize. I could put this on him, but we've got other options now. Okay. So the shield was the miscellaneous. Is that what it was? See, now I'm wearing too much of the same set though. I mean, that's two pieces from the same set. Are any of these belts good? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like the belt I have. It's just simple and fun. It's gangsta. So let's see. This looks dumb, but I mean, I like the shoulders. And what do I get? These axes. This is just so unique. I love it. It's not an actual axe, so I feel like I have to use it. But maybe I don't. The headpiece is fun, unique. It's not my favorite though. This makes his head super tiny and dumb. This is unnecessary. But you know what? Maybe we have to go with it. I like this headpiece better actually. Maybe I'll buy this one once I am unlocked and can do it. Gee. Are there any sets that I can buy with shards? Like full on? No. Okay. Well, this is Axe. We got something out of it. Okay, I have to check what the miscellaneous looks like. Because that shield is pretty nice. So if I click the shield, I can click a different helmet. Like this. And then the armor, because the shield is kind of covering the back, I can pick something else for the armor. Uh-huh. I remember I really liked the ram's head. And lineage ram's head. The original's better. And I remember this looked insanely large when playing. This is kind of neat. I wonder if it changes the animation. It does. I have to try it. We have to go demo and see if it like changes um, the way a spell animation works, but I think it's just like the smoke animation that it's referring to.
Axe in hand. Enemy
All right,
fleet
enemy.
trailing. To the enemy.
Prepare for battle.
Nope, it's just a normal axe.
Down. One by. Fight if you can. Axe is under attack. Forward. Axe.
Okay. So that's axe. Oh, let me see what the shield looks like on his back. If it looks, I didn't really notice it before.
Axe in hand.
Yeah, it's good.
Enemies need
The
killing.
shoulders are too bouncy. You see that? We don't want that. Quit.
Prepare for battle.
Quit. So maybe I'll just use this for the headpiece. I'm using this new miscellaneous armor. This won't be bouncy. It's going to poke through, but maybe that'll look fine. It kind of covers up a lot of the back on this side too, comparatively. And it provides variety away from like this piece, because I'm already using the headpiece. I didn't think I'd like this headpiece with him smoking, but it's kind of fun. Okay, so we'll use this and a different weapon. There he is. This is our current axe. It's a little goofy, but I'm actually okay with it for now, especially because I kind of want to move on. I'm so tempted to buy another, because the back piece on this PA we found out was actually a little unique. It floats behind her. It doesn't actually connect. It's a little bugged. And the weapon on Kunkka is actually one of the best. And the Enig headpiece is actually pretty good. And if you don't have a lot of good pieces from Earthshaker, this one has a lot of good features. And I talked about it in collections #1. And I went through each piece. These ones get kind of bad. These back three over here. This one's not the worst, but these two absolutely suck. So we got two decent things. I'm afraid to open more before I get more shards, and there's a reason I save shards to stay above 150, and maybe we'll talk about that in the future for another cosmetics showcase. Oops, let's get back into Crownfall, to the store, cache #2, and before we move back into it, Winter 2024 Heroes Horde is another thing that we have coming up. Some of this stuff looks a little fun. I'm not gonna. This might be neat pieces in here, but this looks bad altogether. This is goofy. I guess it's a way for people to get the Arcana if they don't have it already. I already have it. This might be fun. Viper sets are kind of fun to make. Wait, Venno. Sorry, Venno sets are kind of fun to make. And this just looks cool. I bet there's a piece in here or two that I'd like to use, but I'll probably try to keep it to just one piece. I noticed something about Snapfire, that her space helmet makes her voice change, so I'm wondering if that does it to Dark Willow as well. Anyway, we're going to be looking at all of this next time. So without further ado, let's get back into the Collector's Cache. We had a couple bonus openings, didn't we, of Spring 2025. So let's click View Treasure. There's two more. And what are we missing out on? Oh, man. I was really hoping to get this one. because it's so cool. What does his ultimate... Oh my gosh, she becomes a part of his body. Screaming. It's a little creepy, isn't it? Yeah. That's pretty cool. Now, this is even cooler in some ways. Definitely not something we're going to be able to get. Definitely inserting a rage face on this guy for the thumbnail. And I love Rubik so much, but I don't love this. Maybe the hand is good down here, but I don't know about these floating hands on next to his head. It just feels kind of odd. I mean, I get the purpose for it, but it's kind of clunky. So we might not get these. Let's hope, though. Let's cross our fingers, at least for the rare one. That's not too hard to get. So let's hope. Dang it. And this looks really gross. He's a Murloc? Is he a Murloc? Nah, he's like an anglerfish. But kind of Murloc-y? The mouth is so gross. So let's go to heroes. Slark. Dude, I don't know how to say this, but for some reason this hero reminds me of somebody I know in my real life, and if I said who it was, it would definitely offend people that I care about. I'm serious. He is, everything about him reminds me so much of somebody I know in real life. I'm so tempted to say who. Alright, I'm not using the face. I prefer that he have a full mask. None of these really are full masks. I mean, technically this is, but it's so goofy, I can't justify it. So we've got this one. Full throttle, I don't use because that is gross, the gushing water. So we take it down a notch and make it only gushing out of the top, I guess, which is fine. And this covers up some of the face, which is what I prefer on my heroes. A little claw arm is just great. Do I want this tied to him? No. Claw arm is way better. Weapon. The weapon is nice. There's no way that this thing is going to trump this. I really want to get a different weapon for him, though. Which one should it be? This $289 weapon? Oh my gosh. So unnecessary. Whoa, what's that? Okay, so this thing is equipped in both hands, and his little claw is holding on to it. $27. It's an immortal? Where did this come from? Was it from Immortal Treasure 3 2016? Oh my gosh. This is great. Now, if I played Slark more, I might be tempted. I don't. He's not my number one. He should be. He's super strong. But he's not. I don't like playing heroes that I think are super strong. I like playing things that I think push the meta. Okay, so he's got one goofy shoulder hanging off over here. And this actually gives him some little antenna. That's actually better. And it's a different piece, isn't it? Like, is this Tellurian Trespass? Tellurian Trespass. Yeah, he's wearing too much of the same piece. So now I can finally get something new. That's the shoulder. Unless the back piece... No, see, this isn't that good. It's got this anchor tied to it. It's really wiggly. Okie doke. Well, we're almost done here. Stream slightly over an hour for this collection. I'm always trying to get the collection ones under an hour, but we did a couple extra openings and a little bit of extra stuff with some character design, so I'm fine with it. Let me double check though. Did I actually... What happened here? No. I want this. Okay, can I revert it back? Back piece. Shoulder. Save? Why isn't it saving though? Well, let's click Demo Hero. We got one more to open. Yeah, it's the back is like weird and wiggly, but it gives a little bit of glowy, and it's actually kind of fine because he's like this little sea
Prepare
creature
for
thing.
battle.
So I'm okay with it. So let's see. Hmm. I don't know. Anyway, let's get him. Okay. If I click through everything again, back into the treasure, and if I... Oh, was this what I was saying? I'm so dumb. Yeah, so that I was just seeing this, I think. Okay, last treasure. Please. If I played Undying all the time, which again I should because he's so strong, I'd be more sad if I didn't get this, but I guess I don't play him that much. Zoom out, open, start. Dang it. Ah, that would have been great. So I already have amazing stuff for Huskar, but maybe there's like a weapon or something I can incorporate. Let's take a look. Unbundle, unbundle. Maybe the pants? Heroes. Husky baby. Okay, you see? He's very sparkly. And they're all from different pieces, but these are a couple immortals that I could replace. However, replacing it, like replacing this with like this, is just not that great. And replacing this with this might be kind of great. That's kind of good, actually. Yes, that's the piece I'm using. He's got a big fluffy head now. Or is there something that covers up all of his dirty legs? Oh, so the shoulder just covers up his whole body. I kind of like the idea of him using a bunch of different animal pieces, but actually this is a spell effect, isn't it? That I have equipped to Berserker's Blood. So I don't need this wiggly back piece anymore. So I could go back. I could click Customize. And I could just do what I normally do, which is just give them all the armor I can. Huh. I guess I could have done that with this, but I don't like mechanical gears on heroes that really don't seem to fit that aesthetic. This is good, but I can kind of see the back too much. And a circle around the chest is kind of dumb. And it doesn't fit the other sparkles. So this back piece was definitely more fitting for the time. I don't like that it wiggles and the eyeball wiggles around and it's this dumb dead dragon piece of a body or whatever it is. And this looks too basic. It really does. And I really wish that the arms... Well, actually, I had these arms before. I don't really know what they did for me. Oh, they put like a golden hand on this hand. Okay. And what other shoulder options were there? Or what other head options are there? I've got this thing that actually covers up his head. And he gets these weird little like tendrils back here. This Anubis thing. I really kind of don't like Anubis. When well, I actually like Anubis, but I don't like this dumb little like wiggly chin thing. See how wiggly that is? You know, I don't want to think about it too much. So maybe for now I'll do this, which is a different piece. Oh no, the shield is from the Anubis. Oh, okay. So that's not different. Honestly, this headpiece and going with this dumb shoulder for now is best. So we're using something new. We'll try it out, see how we like it. And because it's the last hero, we might as well click demo and just take a look at what it looks like in the game. And it looks pretty good. Big fluffy head, a wing hanging off his back. This weapon is kind of wiggly, but it is sparkly.
Prepare for battle.
Time is short.
Uh-huh. And then if I do Burning Spear, how does it look? It doesn't look very good. Is it a graphic setting I have? I remember this being way more sparkly. Anyway. Oh, Berserker's Blood can be cast now? Man, I have to read all these different changes. Quit. And, maybe a new weapon is a good idea. That's the Anubis weapon. This is the fiery weapon. Okay, cool. Can I equip fiery weapon and then make the ability golden? That might be nice. But then it makes me not want this to have this golden wrist. And I can go to arms and I can use a piece of that flashpoints thing. And then it makes extra blades come out of the shield. And yeah, that's good for now. Okay. Let's go back. And that is it. Kahboomzie Cosmetics number 4, Dota 2 Crownfall Treasure number 2. Again, we're going to do another one of these later on down the road. We have the Winter's Horde coming up. And I haven't really taken a look at these either, so I'm curious to see kind of like what else is in this treasure. But I did buy it. Let me double check. Yes, I did. Okay. So if you're curious and you'd like to see what else is here and you'd like to see how I work this in and use it and play with my own skins and different sets and kind of see what it can do for your sets, hopefully it gives you some ideas, hopefully you're a little intrigued, and hopefully it's kind of fun. So that is all for today for Kahboomzie Cosmetics number 4. I may be streaming again a little later tonight. I am a returning player to Dota 2. And if you're curious to see what my very first game looks like against people, well, check me out. In Dota, I am Be the Light, and I got this funny little fish that looks at all my little achievements. So, yeah. May God richly bless you. Jesus loves you. He really does. I love ending with this. I think it's the most positive thing, and it's definitely some truth that we can all rest upon. Again, this is Kahboomzie, and thanks for tuning in to Kahboomzie TV and Kahboomzie Cosmetics. All right. Peace.